Wind up, Jason! Your work isn't finished!
This is a one-time gig. When it's done, we're done.
Let's dance, asshole!
So as you guys know, I happen to be a really big fan of SpongeBob. I've been a big fan of SpongeBob ever since I was a little kid. I mean, I made a video not that long ago telling you guys that SpongeBob is my favorite cartoon of all time. I was completely obsessed with this show growing up. And one of the things I was super happy about to see from SpongeBob when I was growing up watching it was the fact that it actually came out with a Halloween episode. So knowing how I can tune into every Halloween season and see that this episode was airing, it got me super excited. And I pretty much want to talk about that episode itself and just talk about the central theme of this episode, which was probably a special a lot of you guys watched as well besides me. So if you guys have any thoughts on this episode itself, if there's anything in particular that you guys want to share with me, as always, be sure to let me know down below. So in Scaredy Pants, SpongeBob is tired of always being the one who's scared on Halloween because every single year people call him SpongeBob Scaredy Pants. And it's clear that he feels embarrassed and frustrated by this, and even Mr. Krabs and Squidward teases him, making SpongeBob feel like he'll never be taken seriously during the spooky holiday. And this drives him to want to shed that label and prove to everyone and himself that he can be scary. And this is a key aspect of SpongeBob's character because he's always seen to be very optimistic and willing to try new things, but deep down he doesn't want to be seen as weak or cowardly. And his motivation to change in this episode shows that even the most cheerful characters can struggle with how they're perceived. Halloween, a holiday meant for fun, becomes a personal challenge for SpongeBob to face his insecurities head on. And I love how this episode highlights the idea that fear isn't always about external threats. Sometimes it's about the fear of how others see you, and SpongeBob's determination to change that perception makes his journey relatable, even though it's presented in a humorous, lighthearted way. And Patrick, like always, is SpongeBob's best friend and his biggest supporter. And in this episode, his encouragement is crucial to SpongeBob's Halloween quest, because when SpongeBob decides he wants to be scary, Patrick jumps in to help him without any hesitation, from cutting SpongeBob's ghost costume to hyping him up. And Patrick's role is not just comic relief, but also a reflection of the importance of their friendship. Patrick's blind faith in SpongeBob, despite their ridiculous plan, keeps SpongeBob motivated to see his plan through. And I think this dynamic between SpongeBob and Patrick is one of the highlights of the episode, because Patrick's unwavering confidence in SpongeBob, even when it's clear that SpongeBob's not cut out for being scary, shows the power of their friendship, because Patrick isn't helping because he thinks it will work, he's doing it because SpongeBob needs him to. And that kind of supportive friendship is heartwarming even in the midst of a spooky episode. And this relationship is shown throughout SpongeBob SquarePants, but in Scaredy Pants, it really shows how Patrick helps SpongeBob tackle his fears, and it's a reminder that sometimes all you need is someone in your corner, even if the plan is a little ridiculous. And in Scaredy Pants as well, Halloween is more than just a holiday for SpongeBob. It's a chance to reinvent himself, because he's tired of being scared and wants to be seen as someone who can scare others for a change. And this leads to a kind of identity crisis for SpongeBob as he tries to be something he's clearly not. His ghost costume, it's just a simple sheet with holes cut out, but it's a reflection of how desperate he is to step outside of his usual role as the timid one. And this episode taps into the broader theme of how people often try to change themselves to fit in or be perceived differently. As SpongeBob doesn't really want to scare anyone deep down, he just wants to be taken seriously for once, especially on a night like Halloween. And his attempt to reinvent himself, however, backfires in the best possible way, which is both funny and a little bittersweet, which we will discuss a little bit later. And I find this aspect of the episode to be really relatable, because we all have moments when we want to be something we're not, especially when we feel like the way we're perceived doesn't match how we see ourselves. And SpongeBob's Halloween identity crisis is both a humorous and touching exploration of that desire to be seen differently. And the twist in Scaredy Pants comes at the end, when SpongeBob's attempts to be scary seem to have failed. No one is frightened by his ghost costume, and instead of intimidating the partygoers at the Krusty Krab, he's mostly met with the confusion and laughter, But things take a turn when his costume is removed, revealing his shrunken, brain-like head, something that accidentally terrifies everyone. It's this accidental reveal, not his planned scare, that makes SpongeBob the most frightening figure at the party. And this is one of my favorite parts of the episode because we just see SpongeBob go through all this effort to be scary only to succeed purely by accident. And it's such a great message about authenticity because sometimes the most impactful things happen when you're not trying too hard. And his accidental triumph is not only hilarious, but also speaks to the show's recurring theme that being true to yourself often leads to the best outcomes, even if it's not in the way you expect. And the irony of SpongeBob's unintentional success ties everything together perfectly, and trying to be something he's not, and he ends up scaring people in the most genuine and unexpected way, and it's the ultimate Halloween twist and a fitting conclusion to his journey in Scaredy Pants. And for me, Scaredy Pants stands out because it captures what makes SpongeBob SquarePants so special. Its ability to take simple everyday situations and turn them into something deeper without losing its sense of fun. Whether you're watching it for the laughs or the subtle lessons, this episode is a great reminder of why SpongeBob continues to resonate with so many people, especially around the Halloween season. So other than that, that is all I have to say about Scaredy Pants in this video. I just had a lot of fun going back in time and talking about this special because I happened to watch a lot of Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network growing up, so whenever the Halloween season hit and I saw all these different kinds of Halloween specials come out for my favorite shows, Scaredy Pants was the one special that I always looked forward to watching all the time. Like, sure, the special is only like 11 minutes long, but it still does everything right, and it makes it a very memorable episode of SpongeBob to watch. I believe this was episode 13 of season 1, if I'm not mistaken, so it's just really cool to go back and just relive all of those memories that I had with SpongeBob growing up. But if you guys have any thoughts of your own when it comes to Scaredy Pants, like how do you guys feel about this episode itself? Is this a special that you used to watch all the time growing up as a kid when it came to SpongeBob? Do you have anything in general to say about Scaredy Pants as a whole? Or maybe if you want to say something about SpongeBob, be sure to let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you guys enjoy the content on the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And if you guys want to follow me on my social media, be sure to check out my Facebook page, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok. All of that is located in the description below. Be sure to click on that bell for notifications so you guys are notified whenever I upload a video on the channel. But other than that, I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be. If it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.